Thank you so much. Thank you so much for my fellow panelists and all of the people who are here. I just want to say I'm speaking on behalf of the Women's Major Group, turning 30 years. Congratulations. And also on behalf of the FFD group, which is the Civil Society Group on Financing for Development. Just want to bring us back to earth a little and say that after the IPCC report was launched, we realized that we only have 3 years to make a complete system change, and that this doesn't mean that everybody has the same responsibility and needs to act in the same way. It means that the rich countries need to act, and the global south, women, indigenous peoples have subsidized the global north enough, and we can say for certain now that it is the greed of the global north that has taken us to the path that we are at. So it is their greed on not stopping illicit financial flows, their greed in not canceling the debt and holding private creditors accountable. It is their greed in not putting a cap on their overconsumption, and internally not putting a cap on the overconsumption in the global north. So at this moment in time, we cannot keep on saying that we're going to go into the right path of the SDGs if we don't change the dynamics internally. We have seen wealthier countries bully the small countries here in these rooms, in the UNFCCC, in the FFD conferences. We have seen them bully them, threaten them on ODA, so that they just align with the charities that they receive and with threats on ODA, rather than making stronger decisions that will have the interests of humanity at heart, rather than the interests of corporations. We have seen the genocide that is happening in the global north precisely because of the greed of the global north, and to prioritize the disaster profiteering of larger corporations rather than allowing vaccines to be shared equally all around the world. So we really want to say that in the next years, we want to see a system change. We want to see the sense of urgency and emergency that we're feeling in the global south, here in the global north, but also, more importantly, here in the UN spaces, here in a democratic space where we have one seat, one vote, and not in the illegitimate spaces of power like the G20 or the G7. We want to see a radical shift because we want to save this beautiful planet, and we know that it is in the hands of all of you together, including with our voices, to analyze what are the radical shifts that we need. So we really are calling here to stop with the false solutions. You have flooded the UN with false language like net zero, like nature-based solutions, like losses and damages instead of loss and damage. You have brought in here the language of growth, even that the IPCC report is saying we need to degrow. So this is a time to strengthen the UN, and this is why we're also calling for a crisis conference, an FFD conference, where we can all come together to promote real solutions. And we're counting on you, delegates, to take on your historical role, your responsibility to act in a moment that we have not seen in humanity until now. We are on the verge of destruction. We saw that the scientists were releasing a series of papers, calling them the apocalypse paper. Some of them warning that maybe the human extinction is coming in 2040. So we're counting on you to take on your historical role and act on behalf of humanity, and on behalf not only on your dearest agendas on the beautiful life in this planet, but of all of the decent things that is in your heart, in the lives of people, and in the health of this planet. Thank you so much.